Welcome back. The Consumer Council's found certain toilet paper products actually weigh less than what buyers expect. The watchdog will now try to determine if these brands have breached the Trade Descriptions Ordinance. Vicky Kung has the story.
Buy 10 rolls and get 2 for free. Sounds familiar? But the Consumer Council says the package you end up buying may weigh less than 12 rolls of toilet paper. The watchdog tested 3 brands to compare the weight of their 10-roll and 12-roll packages. Results show instead of weighing 20% more, the 12-roll packages are only about 3 to 18% heavier. The council says Hong Kong, unlike the mainland, does not have labeling standards for manufacturers to follow. Companies are not required to state the net weight of the products, making price comparison among brands difficult.
We would continue to follow with Customs Department about the possible application of standards to Hong Kong so that the manufacturers could disclose a standard and also transparent information to consumers for their comparison.
And in tests involving 25 brands, 3 of them, No Frills, Green Soft and BBB, are found to contain whitening substances that can cause skin allergy. BBB is also found to be contaminated by a group of bacteria that can cause infection.
So after we have reported the finding to the Customs and Excise Department, they have already ordered the manufacturer to remove all this brand of toilet roll from the shelf, from the market.
But the distributor insisted only the tested batch had the bacteria. As toilet paper is not packaged using antibacterial methods, doctors are advising people not to use it on the face, the eye, and also wounded skin areas to prevent infection. Vicky Kung, TVB News.
The owner of English football club Birmingham City took the stand today in his own defence in his $721 million money laundering trial. Carson Yeung explained his source of wealth at the district court. Kirti Nanwani reports.
The hairdresser turned businessman today took the stand in his money laundering trial. Carson Yeung is accused of knowingly dealing in ill-gotten gains totaling $721 million between 2001 and 2007. Today, Yeung talked about his business ventures involving hair salons and luxury properties from 1989 to 1994. The court heard that for each of the salon, he invested between $1.5 million and $4 million, which came mainly from his own personal savings. Yeung said the salons were quite successful and became famous within the industry. He said one of them made as much as $3 million in profit one year. And with additional freelance work on the mainland, he earned approximately $20 million in a few years. Yeung also pursued a joint partnership with his father in 1990. They invested 13 million yuan in a hotel in Dongguan and sold it for 16 million yuan 4 years later. Yeung's share of the profit, 1 million yuan.
At the start of today's proceedings, the court heard the family background of the defendant. The prosecutor presented photographs of the 1990s to clarify the type of clientele and conversations Carson Yeung had with his customers.
The trial continues tomorrow. Kirti Nandwani, TVB News.
China and Britain held talks today to try to boost economic ties. Vice Premier Ma Kai and British Chancellor of the Exchequer George Osborne co-chaired the 5th China-UK Economic and Financial Dialogue in Beijing.
Countries of China and the United Kingdom are partners in growth, and I think we have an opportunity today to take the next big step in the China-British relationship in a way that is going to create jobs and investment in both our countries and improve the living standards of all the people who live in both countries.
Both Ma and Osborne pledged to deepen cooperation and weather global economic challenges together. And just yesterday, the British government announced simplified visa application rules for Chinese citizens. In Taiwan, lawmakers have rejected a bid by the opposition Democratic Progressive Party to bring down the cabinet. The Legislative Yuan today voted against the no-confidence motion put forward by the DPP against Premier Jiang Yihua's cabinet. The vote was 45 for, 67 against. It's a victory for President Ma Ying-jeou, who's battling a drop in popularity in recent months.
Muslims from across the world continue to descend on the sleepy city of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, for day 2 of the annual Hajj pilgrimage. This year, authorities have restricted visas for travellers due to a recent outbreak of the respiratory virus MERS, which is related to SARS. That's meant about 1 million fewer pilgrims this year. So far, there have been no recorded cases of the virus among the pilgrims. As one of Islam's 5 pillars, the Hajj is an obligation for all Muslims who are physically and financially able to carry it out. The heart problems of former U.S. President George W. Bush are much more serious than previously reported. Bush had a routine procedure to unblock an artery in the summer, and as NBC News reports, he was very lucky doctors dealt with the problems at that time.
He was one of our most athletic presidents, working out in the White House gym, jogging.
Sorry, you can't join me.
Clearing brush and mountain biking both in and out of office. Just this past Memorial Day weekend, leading wounded warriors on a 62-mile bike race in the Texas heat at his Crawford Ranch.
Mountain biking is awesome.
A month later, he was in Zambia on an African tour, all the while not knowing he was suffering from a silent killer, heart disease, until a routine physical in August just after he turned 67. Mark McKinnon was riding with him in that bike race.
Frankly, I was shocked because he's 10 years older than I am, and in a 3-hour mountain bike ride, he left me in the dust, and I'm in pretty good shape.
But what was described at the time as a routine procedure was a lot more serious. A coronary artery that was severely blocked and potentially life-threatening before a stent was inserted to open it up. The lesson, other factors, including years of unhealthy food choices, can lead to heart disease, say doctors not involved in Bush's care.
Exercise is not a guarantee against developing heart disease. Therefore, it's very important to keep in touch with our doctors to make sure our blood pressure, blood sugar, and blood cholesterol are regularly monitored and checked.
Bill Clinton jogged, but even he had quadruple coronary bypass surgery in 2004 and 2 stents in one of his arteries in 2010. Dick Cheney, after decades of heart trouble, had a heart transplant last year. George W. Bush has bounced back quickly after a surprising health scare. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington.
All right, Chris, over to you for sports.
Thanks so much. Hong Kong cycling star Sarah Lee won gold today at the East Asian Games in Tianjin. Lee finished first in the women's sprint. She edged out China's Lin Junhong in the final. Yesterday, Lee took silver in the women's 500-meter time trial. Hong Kong won a total of 10 gold medals at these games. 4 years ago, they won 26 on home soil. Los Angeles Dodgers shut out the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. As Jameson Wong shows us, the Dodgers' bats finally woke up, too, after a 22-inning scoreless drought.
Bottom 4, the Dodgers' Yasiel Puig thought it was out, then had to get on his horse racing into third with a stand-up triple. The extra base hit scored LA's second run.
And look at Puig. He makes the turn, and he is standing at third with a triple.
Another rookie, Hyun Jin Rui, went 7 innings, gave up just 3 hits, and didn't allow a run.
To left. Crawford had him played perfectly, and they're easily going to double off Descalso.
The Dodgers scored again in the 8th. Carl Crawford just beating the throw at home, 3-0 the final.
And they're going to wave Crawford. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
So the significance for us is being able to get on the board, grab a little momentum on our side of the field. They're still up 2-1 on us, but it puts a win, on our side of the board.
LA can even up the best-of-7 series at 2 games all Tuesday night with Game 4 back here at Dodger Stadium. Jameson Wong, TVB News.
Football and win, and they're in for England. Roy Hodgson's side will be guaranteed a place in next year's World Cup if they beat Poland tonight at Wembley. The England manager says no way his players want to risk it all in a playoff.
So I know their attitude is going to be one of, this is our game, this is our stadium, these are our fans, we are a good team, we are going to win. I'm pretty sure that's how they'll approach it.
To the latest honour for former Manchester United boss Alex Ferguson. Located near Old Trafford is the new Sir Alex Ferguson Way. The Scotsman retired last season after 26 years in charge of the club. Ferguson urged fans to be patient, as United are off to a poor start to the season under David Moyes.
And dealing with bad days is what we're good at.
And that's the news for tonight. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Good evening. The weather was mainly cloudy with 1 or 2 rain patches in the morning. And as tonight's situation chart shows, the cold front over the northern part of Guangdong is moving southwards gradually. Today's temperatures range from 25.6 to 29.9 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 61 to 84%. Winds are moderate east to northeasterlies. The current temperature is now 26.5 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 74%. So, Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? It will be mainly cloudy tonight. There will be 1 or 2 rain patches overnight. It will be cooler tomorrow with sunny intervals during the day. Temperatures will range between 24 and 28 degrees. There will be cooler mornings in the next couple of days. Tomorrow's API is forecast at 30 to 90, and the pollution level will range from medium to high. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 7. And here's the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai, Taipei, and Xiamen. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu, showers in Macau. Sunny in Beijing and Seoul, thunderstorms in Tokyo. Thunderstorms in Bangkok, rain in Manila. Showers in Kuala Lumpur, thunderstorms in Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Sunny in New Delhi and Karachi. Sunny in Cairo. Showers in Brisbane, sunny in Sydney, showers in Auckland. Showers in Toronto. Cloudy in Vancouver, sunny in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Rain in London, cloudy in Frankfurt, showers in Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.